Windows Phone is no more, but Windows 10 has arrived on mobiles in the form of the Lumia 950 and the Lumia 950 XL. So we're going to take a look at the new Lumia 950 phones from Microsoft. So they come in two sizes, as you might expect from a regular model and an XL. So this is the 950, which comes with a 5.2-inch screen. The larger XL model comes with a 5.7-inch screen, so you get an extra half an inch, even though this phone doesn't appear too much taller and wider than the regular model. They both use a Quad HD resolution, so this is the first time we've had Quad HD Windows phones. And inside the regular model is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 processor, but Microsoft has reserved the more powerful Snapdragon 810 for the larger XL model. Otherwise, the specs are pretty much the same, with 3GB of RAM, 32GB of storage. There's a micro SD card slot under the back on both models, and they both have the same 20 megapixel camera with triple LED flash, even though the camera modules do look a little bit different. So looking at the build quality, they both come with flat glass fronts. They're Gorilla Glass 3 and Gorilla Glass 4, but they come with these pretty plasticky removable covers, which is a bit of a shame considering the Lumia 930, Microsoft's previous flagship phone, had a nice metal frame around the front and had nice curved glass which sat really nicely flush, so it's a bit of a disappointment compared to the previous phone. Though taking the back off does give you access to the battery, which wasn't available previously, and you've got your SIM card slot and micro SD card slot. It's the same deal on the XL model. Things look pretty much the same, and you can get different covers if you want to spend 30 odd quid. We've seen some nice leather alternatives if you want to jazz things up a little bit. So price wise, the regular model comes in at £449, and that's the official RRP, although you can get it for a lot cheaper than that elsewhere. And the XL model will set you back £529, and Microsoft is currently giving this away with the display dock. So this, using the new micro USB-C, which is reversible, which we're seeing on some other Android devices, means you can plug into the display dock, and this little box, we haven't actually got one unfortunately, but the little box you can have plugged into a monitor. You can use it with a keyboard and a mouse, and using one of the new features of Windows 10 called Continuum and Universal Apps, you can basically get a PC-like experience which runs off the phone on whatever monitor you're plugged into. It works pretty well, but you have to use Universal Apps. So these are the apps that run across Windows 10 on any device, tablet, laptop, PC. If you try and run something else, it simply won't open. So as you can see, we are running Windows 10, but it does look pretty much the same as Windows Phone 8. So you've got your start screen with the live tiles, you've got your app menu, you've got your recent apps if you hold back, and you've got the more recent drop-down bar with all your notifications and quick settings. It does work fairly well. Most of the time, although we have encountered a few bugs, there's no fingerprint scanners on these devices, but Microsoft has implemented Windows Hello, so you can use the front camera to log in just like that, and it works pretty well. Despite undercutting rivals with the price, Microsoft hasn't done the best job with the Lumia 950 and XL in terms of build quality. It's nice to see a Quad HD screen and some decent specs such as wireless charging. Windows 10 is buggy on phones, requires better apps compared to Android and iOS, and requires accessories such as the display dock to really come into its own. We award 3.5 stars for both phones.